Yo, it's Trent. Hope everyone's having a good day, good week so far. I know Mondays suck, but we got a good one today, right? We got the pool party fight story time. And there's two stories today. I may or may not have told another one. I have like almost 400 stories posted, so I can't always remember if I posted a certain story, so we're just going to tell both of them. But we'll start with the new one first, just in case. But I don't know if I told the other one. I might not have, so I might be saying all this for no reason. But let's get into it, right? So first of all, the first pool party happened at my grandpa's house, right? And it was when I played baseball. So he has a bigger house than me, most of my friends at the time, right? So when baseball finishes, it's summer, or it was at least when we were little kids. I don't know what the deal was, but we got done. It was warm out, right? My grandpa has a pool, and like I said, all my friends and me, his house was better than all of ours. So we were like, hey, can we have a pool party at your house for baseball ending? He's like, for sure. So we go over there, and I remember I was like maybe just turning 11, but I think I was like 10 still, right? So we're there, and I remember the first thing, right? Everybody got Subway. Like, it was one of those, you ever see or maybe it was Jimmy John's, but you know how you can get like those catering package sandwich deals, from places? They did one of those. So I do remember those being really good, like being a little kid, loving the sandwiches, right? And most of the day was spent in the pool. There was a little bit spent inside before people went home, and like I think we played Fortnite wasn't a thing yet, so we probably just played like Madden. I don't know what we would have played. Maybe we didn't play anything. Maybe we were just so young we just ran around a bunch. But the main point is, towards the end of the pool party scenario, right? Because there's a hot tub too, but not a lot of people were in it. I was sitting there with my legs in there, and there were still maybe 3 kids out of the like 9 to 10 that were there. And I was friends with everybody on the team. And to this day, this kid that I'm about to talk about, we're still like, I mean, we're not friends, but we're chill with each other. Like, we got no problems. So I'm sure if he ever sees this or watches this, he'll be like, damn, I forgot about that. Or it'll be a good laugh or something, right? But we're sitting in the hot tub, and I don't remember if it was about my mom or this kid's mom or something, right? But that was the only thing that would really like make me fight as a kid, is the mom jokes. That's like the only thing that gets you mad when you're that young. Or if someone calls you like dumb, maybe, but I don't know. We were just sitting there and talking crap about each other's moms or something. One of us got mad. I'm sure it was me, because like I've said in other stories, when I was a little kid, I must have had anger issues or something. I could try to blame it on what was going on like at my house, but that's not really an excuse. I got bullied, so I was being a dick to a lot of people, right? So it's probably me that started it. But all that matters is we're sitting by each other arguing, right? And my other friend, the other kid that's still there, friend, he's like, hey, cut it out, like we're hanging out, like what are you guys doing? And even as like a 10-year-old, he was doing pretty well. He was like fighting his dumb. Even as a little kid, this dude knew, right? But me and the one dude are still bickering or arguing, whatever you want to call it, right? And I remember pushing him, and he went like this. He just scooped up the hot tub water and just went like that, just like pushed it in my face. Good move, right? Because the chlorine, right, like it burns. But it's not enough to be like where it really affects you, where you're like, It was just like, it's something that would piss you off. But we were swimming, so I was already wet. I shouldn't have gotten mad, but of course I got mad, right? So he pushes this water on me, and I just give him a straight jab, just boom, just pop him, right? He's like, ah! He runs inside to my grandpa, tells on me. My grandpa's like, Trent, come in here, right? And he didn't yell at me, but he was like, what are you doing, man? Like, we've had a whole good day, the whole day. Like, why are you punching somebody right now? Like, right as everyone's going home. And I was like, he was talking about my mom, I was getting all feisty and all mad. He's like, just calm down, say sorry, go sit outside. I'm gonna have to tell his mom about this. Like, and he was like disciplining, but not mad. I appreciated it, because other people in my family growing up, they were not so cool. So him being cool about that, I was like, I really did feel bad in the moment. So I went back out there. I was like, I'm sorry, dude. I don't know why I got so mad. Whatever, we made up. Like, it was literally nothing. Like, there was no anger whatsoever. We were just sitting there bored, talked ourselves into an argument. I threw a jab after he pushed a bunch of water in my face, and then that was the end of it. He didn't hit me. He wasn't even mad at me, and I don't remember if we told his mom anything or not, but I don't I don't remember ever getting in trouble too bad for that. I just remember getting a stern talking to, which I should have. You shouldn't punch people, but whatever. The second one, though, is the one you guys may have heard. This is my favorite one personally, but, we'll tell it. So, this was also a baseball story, but this was at a kid's house who was, my grandpa wasn't involved this year, or he definitely was involved. I mean, he always coached me, or he always helped or watched practices. He was one of those guys, He was always involved with the baseball stuff. So, to say he wasn't involved isn't fair, but you get what I'm saying. It wasn't at his house this time. It was at someone else's house, and I don't know how to really explain their house because I don't remember it at all, like what their house was like. All I remember is a basketball hoop in the front yard, and they had a out-of-ground pool, the only out-of-ground pool I've ever been in, right? I've been in like 3 pools in my life. My grandpa's, my cousin's, and this dude's, and yeah, right, this is the only out-of-ground pool I was ever in. And honestly, it wasn't cold. I remember always being scared that it was going to be cold, and then it wasn't cold, right? But that's not how anything started. How it started was we were a little bit older this time. We're like 12, 13, or 14, right? So I'm definitely vaping. I'm probably smoking, but not heavy, not like every day. It's not like when I meet people, I'm not asking them if they smoke, like that's how little I did that stuff at the time. So we're there, and we swam for a little bit, but most of the time was playing football or playing like wiffle ball or baseball or something. I remember the backyard didn't have a fence, so we couldn't play with a real baseball, so we were playing wiffle ball, where you can like throw the ball at the person, and if they hit them, they're out, We were playing like that version, and then we were playing like 500 and football, and at the time, I was pretty much, besides this other tall kid, because at the time I was one of the tall kids on the team, right? That's crazy to say, but I was one of the only kids that played football and baseball, right? So I was really good at this part. Like, I loved when we played football because they would just throw it to me, and then the other kid that played football, we'd be on opposite teams, Like, that was just the whole game. It was fun for me. I was one of the best ones at that. So we're doing that for a while, and it's summer, so of course we get hot, and we go back in the pool. And, this dude had his sisters out there, okay? I want that to be in mind, too, when I'm about to say what happens. So me and this kid, well, it wasn't between me and this kid, it was everybody, right? We were playing one of those, it was either Marco Polo or the one where you walk on the edge of the pool, but I don't think there was an edge of the pool if it's not a ground. I think it was just a ladder, so we must have been playing Marco Polo, one of the pool games, you get what I'm saying, right? And this kid tagged me. I said I wasn't it, right? Whatever, I'm it. I tagged him, and it started like a rivalry, right? Like, anytime I was it, I only wanted to tag a certain kid out. When he was it, he only wanted to tag me, and it went like that for a while, right? And there was a little bit of arguing, but it was nothing. Like, it really didn't seem like there would be any repercussions or fights or whatever, right? And I remember I kept saying jokes, right? Where, like, this is a big time in life when burns were a thing, Like, if you were like, oh, your hair looks like a mop, people would be like, oh, and it'd be really embarrassing if someone got you with something bad, right? So I was just ripping jokes. I don't remember what I said at all, right? But I must have said something good because everybody was like, damn, and it was enough to be like, okay, it distracted people from the pool. They were like, let's go play football again, or let's go eat, or whatever the case was, right? So everybody's getting out of the pool, including me, right? And like I said, his older sisters, and I don't think he had a younger sister, he might have, but that I like to think there wasn't one if there was, but older sisters are there, and this dude pulls down my pants as I'm getting out of the pool, right? Like, I'm climbing out of the pool, and this dude just yanks down my shorts, right? So that was instant fight. That was like, I got out of the pool, and while he was climbing up the ladder, I was like, fuck you, It was like instant anger issue problems, right? And there were other kids outside. I'm pretty sure there could have been a parent out here too, right? But they didn't do anything, right? They didn't stop a single thing. But this one was less of, the other one wasn't even really a fight. It was just a single punch. This one was more of a fight in an aspect of, like, we were both going at each other, but there was maybe, like, 4 or 5 punches thrown by, like, a combined. I remember he got me one time, right, and he didn't even hit me in the face. He hit me, like, the side of the neck, and that was really uncomfortable. I remember I didn't have, like, a bump or anything, but I had this, like a knot in my neck, you know, where it was all sore and stiff for like a week. It sucked, right? But I like tackled him to the ground, and when you get out of the pool, it's sidewalk, grass, and like they had those separating white rocks, you know, how people get like on the side of their driveway, or if they get them by a fire pit or something, or by a pool, they have like the white rocks. We're wrestling on that, like rolling on that, right? But I was stronger than this kid. I was taller than him, right? I was, I don't know why, but that's just how it worked. And I went like this, like I hit him like this. I went bam. Like a hammer fist is like this. If you watch UFC, you know a hammer fist is like that. A regular fist, whatever. You punch whatever, straight down, whatever. You get what I'm saying? Or I don't know how my thumb's supposed to be there, but I didn't even hit him like that. I hit him with like a side punch like this, you know? I hit him like that. And we were so close to each other and like wrestling that it wasn't like any like real damaging punches. It was like, like I was just fighting for my life on the ground. I was pissed that he pulled my pants down, right? Especially in front of girls. So I'm wrestling with him, whatever. Kid whose house it was the one that broke us up. And by breaking us up, he didn't really have to do anything. He just had to be like, come on, right? And we were both like, okay. But I remember it being really important to me at the time that everybody that saw it happen, I wanted them on my side, you know? So I was like, fuck this kid, he pulled down my pants like fucking weirdo. And I kept saying, some other things, you know. I was like, he pulled down my pants. You can guess what else I said, but I was saying some not nice things, right? Some kids took my side. I don't know why it was so important to me at the time, but eventually I just ended up leaving like 40 minutes later, and I never even saw these kids again, right? There's one kid I still keep in contact with, and by contact, I mean like he looks at my story and I look at his, so it's not even like real contact, but hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you sub, share, like, comment. Check out my other stories, other videos, and be safe. Peace out.